All right, guys, you see we have basketball back, which that means we at the Jump can have make or miss back. I love this. Make dimes.
Yay.
Nikola Jokic had a nice no-look assist to Bol and TJ McConnell goes behind the back to Doug McDermott off the ground. So, T-Mac, who did it better here, Nikola or TJ?
I mean, look, Nikola, 7 foot, your center, is leading the charge, being a facilitator. I'm going with the big man on it. I'm going to show the big man some love.
You know who I want to show love? The cutters. We talk about the passes all the time. Not enough love is to the cutters. McDermott, Bol, they went and they made the pass an easy pass for those guys.
There you go. That magnanimous answer, Amin. Miss, easy buckets. Tyler Herro attacking the rack, but he gets stuffed, gentlemen, by Rudy Gobert. They ultimately called it a jump ball. Watch this here. I mean, is there a better rim protector than Gobert in the game today?
No, there isn't, even though he took like a nice month-and-a-half break after he was named an All-Star, decided he didn't need to do it anymore. It's good to see he's rededicated himself to doing what he's excellent, what he's elite at. But also, for Tyler Herro, when you're a rookie, I like to see him try it. See what you can do, what you can't do. Now, if he was a fifth-year player, I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? You don't watch tape?
Keep trying, Tyler. Keep trying, Tyler. He going to catch a body.
He'll get there.
Yes, he is.
Make moves. CJ McCollum, oh my, behind the back, right into the step back 3 ball against Terrence Davis of the Raptors. T-Mac, how difficult is this move to pull off that CJ did?
Well, I mean, if you got a feel for the game and you could pass the ball, like, if you're a skilled passer, pretty easy to do, you know what I mean? I only know the easy way to do it. I don't know if it's tough or not, because I can do it. You're asking the wrong one, Rachel.
It's easy if you're Tracy McGrady, Amin. Please, miss inhibition. Saturday during the Lakers scrimmage against the Magic, J.R. Smith threw an amazing alley-oop to Dwight Howard, but then in the fourth quarter, JR throws up the ill-advised shot. So, T-Mac, which version of JR do you expect to see more of as we go forward here?
For the Lakers' sake, I expect to see J.R. Smith that plays great defense, solid defense, and knock down open shots. And that's what I expect to see. If, they're going to win a championship, they're going to need his contribution. And for him to be that player.
The answer is both, Rachel. You're going to get both.
Oh, God.
That is absolutely fair. All right, make handles. The WNBA tipped off Saturday from the Wubble at IMG Academy. And man, Sabrina Ionescu showing off her handles already, going against the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Natasha Howard, to score this bucket. I mean, Sabrina scored 12 in her Liberty debut. How long do you think her learning curve is going to be at this level?
Yeah, I actually got to talk to Herb Williams, a former longtime NBA player. I think he was a teammate of T-Max for at least a year. And he was an assistant coach with the Liberty as well as an assistant coach with the Knicks. And I asked him about this, and he said he feels like the learning curve is a lot shorter for WNBA players because they're 4-year players. They're a lot more experienced when they get to the league.
That makes sense. I like that. It was beautiful to watch her debut, and shout out to the W. Great job. Everyone this weekend, not just with the play on the court, but really strong on the social justice messaging and worth listening to everything these women have to say. All right, I want to shift our focus from the New York Liberty to the New York Knicks, because on Saturday, our Adrian Wojnarowski reported that the Knicks are finalizing a 5-year deal to make Tom Thibodeau their next head coach. Thibodeau, of course, fired from the Wolves back in 2019. Now, former Secretary of Education Arnie Duncan played for Tibbs at Harvard and told the New York Post his dream job has always been New York. Lots of coaches don't want to go to New York. There's too much pressure. Well, that is tailor-made for Tibbs. So, Mac, what's your expression for Tibbs? And that's pretty cool that this was his dream job.
Well, Tibbs is built for New York. I mean, he was assistant coach there when Van Gundy was coaching the Knicks. Tibbs is a great friend of mine. He was a coach of mine back in Houston for 3 years. And wherever he goes, whether it's Chicago or Minnesota, you got to look at the culture before Tibbs got there. And when he got there, he completely changed the culture. I think leadership is changing under James Dolan. And to add Tibbs to these guys, I think they're going to do a tremendous job of changing things around with Scott Perry and those boys. And I look forward to the future, for Tibbs to come in and put his imprint on personnel and the type of players he wants to come in there. And I suspect, in 2 or 3 years, the Knicks will be in the playoffs.
Rachel, as you can tell by my beard and my hair, I haven't been outside a whole lot. Does Jim Dolan still own the Knicks?
He does indeed, I mean.
Okay, then no disrespect to Tibbs or to Scott Perry or all those people there who work hard and do a good job and are NBA lifers. But the reality is, until the guy upstairs is gone, not much is going to change. Tibbs came from Minnesota, where he was president of basketball operations. He had total control, and yet he still couldn't bring long-lasting cultural change to Minnesota. Is it because Tibbs is no good? Of course not. We all know he's a great coach. But the reality is, when ownership is rotten and decays, that decay goes throughout the organization. But no matter what you try to do, which is the right thing in the right way, it won't change. It won't be long-lasting. They might make the playoffs, like Max said, but it ain't going to be long-lasting success, not as long as Jim Dolan's in charge.
I kind of feel a change, a shift within that franchise, with the acquisitions that they made. You bringing in a guy like Wes and Leon Rose. It is changing, man. And you bring in a guy like Tibbs, who is known for being precise and changing the culture wherever he goes. I think they're doing a great job, and I suspect things are going to turn around in the next coming years for New York. For the long haul.
Well, Tracy, from your lips, as far as New York Knicks fans are concerned, I remember a similar set of, quote, culture changes that were going to happen when Phil Jackson came in, when some of the other people have come in. My feeling about James Dolan is that things can change while he owns this team. He just has to change his behavior and not interfere with what the basketball people are doing. He's done it on the hockey side. Maybe this will be the one where he does it on the basketball side. We will find out. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.